What's up, gang? This is Ian, your very friendly neighborhood Viking, coming back at you with another Motivational Monday video. Let's get right into it and not even waste any time. Hopefully you guys are making it through all this coronavirus quarantine nonsense, the great quarantine of 2020. I'm actually really curious on what you guys are doing to pass the time. I don't know how many of you are shut down, but here in Ohio, we're pretty much all the way shut down, and it sucks. But it is letting me get a lot of recording and demoing and a bunch of songs written, so I guess there is somewhat of a trade-off to it. Anyways, we're gonna go right on past all that nonsense. We're gonna go right to some fan questions. I had quite a few of them this week, and I'm really pumped to answer them. So check them out. Question number 1. Do you see more positive feedback from doing concerts versus music videos and podcast episodes? It's kind of hard to judge that and correlate the two because they are a little bit different in a way, because in a concert there's a lot of energy. So that's different versus like hype around a video, I guess. With putting videos out, you gotta kind of do it all the time. You know, we do one of these specifically every week. We do 2 or 3 videos a week usually. Nothing will beat a live show. Nothing will beat that kind of an energy. The positive kind of a thing, we always get good feedback from shows. We don't generally play too many shitty shows. We work too hard to play terribly. I'm not saying there hasn't been days where we don't play well or as well as other days, but we try to work very hard to make sure that we're a very good live band. I don't know, we get a good hype off of these videos too. So I don't think on all of our videos, I really don't know any negative comments. I'm not saying that because like we get millions of views on stuff, but at least nobody said anything negative to our face. So right now, I would say we probably get more positive feedback from playing live shows. I guess experience-wise, we have way more experience in playing live shows than we do putting our videos. So I guess it's uneven playing field. So right now, I'll just pick more positiveness from the live shows. Is the age of gaining a real fan base from touring over? God, I hope not, because that's how we have gained a lot of our fan base. And we haven't toured in a long time, but that's how we got a lot of it. I mean, we toured a lot. We played many shows, many empty shows, many shows with very little people. We played lots of shows with packed houses. The thing with playing live and gaining a fan base that way is that we are very engaged with our fans. Anybody who comments or sends us a question or a DM or anything like that, we try very hard to make sure that we're on top of it and we talk to them. We're not in a position where we can just blow people off, and we wouldn't do that anyways. We like talking to people. We like hearing what you got to say. So I hope not. I hope once this stuff, blows over, everybody can kind of get back to business as usual, and bands can get back out there and start touring more, because a lot of bands have quit touring because a lot of people don't go to shows anymore. They, for whatever reason, just don't. And then they get pissed at bands when they don't tour in their area or they're not touring anymore. And it's really kind of a back and forth, because bands can't go out and tour and they can't not get paid. And I'm sure I'm not the only one saying this, is they've done many shows where it's a lackluster crowd or people just don't give a shit or whatever it may be. It really takes the fire out of what you want to do. So I hope not. I hope once all out of this stuff blows over, people realize, hey, we've been around for way too long, and we really need to get back out there and support bands that take time out of their schedule to come play in our area. So I hope that's the way it goes. My thoughts on mixed genre events. Personally, I like them. I like that. I like that ability to cross promote and to introduce your fans to other people that they probably wouldn't normally listen to. And vice versa. I think that's a great thing. I love when mixed genres get along. We tend to have bands that aren't really our style, on a lot of our shows because we try to match like intensity instead of genres. I feel like when you have too many bands with the exact same thing, your ears get burnt out, your brain gets burnt out. I just heard shit like this for the last hour. So we like to have a little bit of a mixed genre bag on our shows. I think it brings other things to the table. I think it's fresh for people's ears, and I think that being able to cross-promote with different audiences is a great thing. So I'm all for the mixed genre events. How long does it take to make one of these videos? Man, it probably takes me, with recording and editing and the whole bit, probably like 5 or 6 hours for one of these Motivational Monday videos. They're a little longer. I try very hard to make sure the edits are good and that it's not boring, and I try not to ramble too much. I have a tendency of doing it sometimes. Yeah, I'd say that's a good time frame, 5 or 6 hours per video, because you have to shoot the video, edit the video, add your music, all that, whatever you're gonna do, all the crazy edits, and then you have to export and then upload, and then for YouTube you have to write, description, which can take a long time too, and then it's a process. To do it correctly, it's a process. So yeah, 5 or 6 hours is a good time frame. Which key is the saddest key? If you're a musician, a real musician, everybody knows it's D minor. But yeah, so yep, that's what it is. D minor, the saddest of all keys. Next question. What's a song that isn't popular but should be in your opinion? A song of yours or one from another artist or band? I mean, if you went from me, I think all of our songs aren't popular enough and they should be played at full volume all day, every day. From everyone. From another artist? Oh man. I don't know. There's tons of bands out there that we're friends with that have amazing music and aren't as out there as they should be. There's a really awesome band from Virginia named Diseased Earth. They're a doom metal band. They're phenomenal. Really good friends of ours, and we love those guys. They just put something out just the other day, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called. I'm really sorry, guys, right off the top of my head, but go check them out. Diseased Earth from Staunton, Virginia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yeah, but go check them out. They're awesome guys, and they're a phenomenal band. As far as like a band like that I don't know or something like that, there's a band that I really dig called Giant Eagles, and I've talked about them to numerous people before, but they're kind of like a skate punk type of band, and they have a song called The Howl of the Wolf. And if you look on YouTube for it, it's like, they only have like 4,000 views on it or something like that. And they only put one record out, I believe, and then that's it. But it's a really good record, and it's like kind of like upbeat skate punk, I guess. I really don't know how else to call it, but that's an awesome record. I don't remember what the record's called right off the bat or if it has a name, but it has like an eagle with a giant eagle's head in like a leather jacket on the cover, if I remember right. But yeah, it's an awesome record. So check that out. How fast is the speed of music? I feel like it should be whatever makes you go, "Ugh!" Whatever makes you make that face, and you know you're going the right speed. Exactly when did I become so motherfucking awesome? I don't know. I don't think I ever did, but I'm working on it, I guess. And if you think so, that's really all that matters to me. So, thanks, kid. Appreciate it. Oh, by the way, me and Steve are running for Prez and Vice Prez 2020, so make sure to vote for us. When should you give up? How do you know if you're doing the right things? What makes you want to keep going? When should you give up? Never. Don't ever give up, because if you're doing music to become successful, you're not doing it for exactly the right reasons. We all want to be successful. We all want to make millions of dollars doing what we love doing. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Probably not for most of us. 95% of us, probably, it's not going to happen. But you shouldn't ever give up, because the whole reason you do it now is because you love doing it in the first place. That's why you should always do it. How do you know you're doing the right things? You kind of have to feel it. And if it feels like the right thing, then you probably are. You don't have instincts for no reason. You know what I mean? If you feel like everything is cool, then it probably is. Now, if you're talking about career-wise, if you're doing the right things, or if you're talking about like how to get more followers or how to build more traction with this, that, and the other, if you're doing something like that, then there are definitely steps and there's a ladder that you can climb at that point. You know, and I've talked about that in other videos where figure out what it is you're trying to do and either get with somebody who's to that level, or there's tons of everything's on YouTube nowadays. There's ways to figure it out and to find out how to get that next thing or whatever that thing is you're trying to achieve. There's ways to figure out how to get there. So not to sound all Joe Dirty on you, but like follow your heart, man. And if it feels good, it's probably because it is good. What makes me want to keep doing it? Not to sound all hippie-like on you, but it's my love for music. It's my love for teaching people what I know and to give them some kind of a benefit, or to be beneficial to the music scene, as at least in some kind of a way, be beneficial. I try to throw good into the universe and hope it comes back. I like doing these videos. I like coming here and making more music. Even if it never really gets out, I still like doing it. I like performing, I like writing songs, I like the whole process. And I try to find the simplest amount of joy in those things, because it keeps me happy and it keeps me wanting to do it more and more. Has the Black Order ever thought about adding extra vocals to emphasize the different levels and expressions in songs? Do you mean like adding another singer, or do you mean like just tracking vocals different? About adding another singer, I think on the next record, John will be doing a few more backup vocals, at least live. I don't know if he's going to track any in the studio or not, but you know, with the last record and every record, there's always the hindsight. You go, I wish I would have done this or that. I wish I would have done like a different gang vocal on this section, or whatever it may be. So that's why doing pre-production and all this stuff, that's where this comes in handy, where you can say, you can record something and you think you have it, and then listen to it a week later or 2 weeks later or something like that, and you go, now it's missing whatever it is, and then you add this here, or you take this away. You have to do things with fresh ears every once in a while to make sure you're getting the maximum benefit about what you can put out. So as far as adding another singer to the band, probably not. As far as like tracking the vocals differently to emphasize the expression, absolutely. What is John Thrasher's least and favorite songs to play? I don't know that. I'm not John, but John can tell you. John?
If I had to pick my favorite song to play, it'd probably be a tie between The Struggle and 1,000 Years. As far as least favorite, don't really have a least favorite. I kind of enjoy playing all of them.
Thanks, dog.
Yee.
We've made it to the end of the video. Your motivational segment for this week is don't give up. And I know this sounds very hippie-ish from what I've been saying this whole episode, but seriously, don't give up. I know all this quarantine business has got everybody down. It's given everybody a swift kick in the balls, and it sucks. And if you were out on tour and now your tour is canceled because of it, that blows. And if your shows are now canceled, that also sucks. If your job is now canceled, basically, it sucks. There's a lot of things out there right now that are putting everybody down and getting everybody in the dirt, and you can't be one of them. You have to use the time that you have to focus on what you can do and what you can get done, you know? So take your anger and your frustration and everything that you have in this whole time and really just refocus it. You know what I mean? You just gotta refocus and put the energy where it needs to be. And I hope all of you guys can get a lot of stuff done in this amount of time. I hope a lot of you guys that don't get to spend time with your family get to do that. And I hope everybody takes this time that they have and utilizes it in a very specific way. So good luck, guys. I hope you can.